let's talk about Jota then, John. I'll start with you. It was an interesting game from Diogo Jota because he does really well for the goal. He reacts first to the cross. He looks second best at first behind Chalobah, but he gets there ahead of the man. We saw him do that against Wolves a couple of times. It's how he wins the penalty. He's just alive in the box. Takes it very well. But also, he should have had a hat-trick. Like, the header's a bad miss. He has the one that, that he plays almost with his heel that goes wide.
I mean, people are saying he scored the hardest of the three.
Yeah.
And it's strange because he won us the match, but he also was probably responsible for us having so much trouble later on because the game wasn't killed off and it should have been.
I suppose as well, Pete, like, he's the man you want them chances to fall to. He's great in the air usually. He usually buries all of those. Like, I'm taking positives on the fact that we've just got Diogo Jota 3 times in the middle of the penalty area with a chance to score. If you keep replicating that, I'd like to think it changes. But John's right. They can hurt you. Liverpool ultimately we know won the game, but like away from home, you've got to score those goals. Like he'll be turning his hair out thinking I've missed those, and Liverpool should be as well because. And we had a conversation last week, John, about Darwin Núñez, and we said he's missed chances and this like this. If it was the other way around and this guy was number 9 and was back with long hair, people would have been furious. Jota seems to get a little bit more benefit of the doubt. But he has to do better in those situations. You have to kill these games off.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. When it happened, I was like, if that's Núñez, it's not even just like Pool fans, that's every fan is replaying those 2 chances going, what a flop, whatever. Obviously, the reason they don't say about Jota is he's got the stats and the numbers behind him to say he does score them and the fact he scored the first goal. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. So, It's obviously he won't need telling. You need to score those chances. Me and my dad always have like a 1-sentence text at half time, and it was, I hope that Jota miss doesn't kill us. That's what we're saying, because you felt it straight away. And the dominance we had in that game, as you say, that crowd, they're already not doing well. If you're 2-0 up at half time, I do think we win it very comfortably after then. So and then to get that chance right at the start of the second half, he must have been thinking, perfect, I can redeem myself, and then misses that as well. But as you say, he scored, we win 1-0. It's gonna be something for him. He'll go, at least I got that one, I've got to make sure I take the next chances. I think even the Wolves game, wasn't it, when Szoboszlai misses a chance, we are making lots of chances, which is very good for us. It's just you can't be drawing a game 1-1 and looking back and thinking Jota.
If I was one of our defenders, I'd be livid. Yeah. Because if they'd been given the penalty, which we'll probably discuss in a bit, or one of those shots had gone in, then we've dropped points simply because we didn't take our chances, and they were the game was there in our hand, and to leave ourselves that open, it's and it wasn't just Jota. There were lots Salah missed one, but also there were lots of opportunities where we dithered and we played an extra pass, or the forwards just weren't clinical enough.
What do you think, John, of Jota's season so far then? Because he's clearly number 1. We know that. Like, that he's the manager's first choice. That's unequivocal now, and he's not playing left wing.
I was surprised that he hadn't scored a league goal since the opening game of the season. Yeah. When they said that on the commentary, I thought, because my impression of him is that he's scoring all the time.
That's what I was about to say. I've got the stats, I can bring them up. So he's got 4 goals this season in 9 appearances. He's got 2 assists as well. Obviously, they come across all different competitions. So again, he scores against Ipswich opening day. He gets the 2 against West Ham, and then he scores against Crystal Palace. Again, I go back to it, he's unequivocally the first choice. He's not getting shifted out to the left. It's the main man now.
Yeah.
I feel like he's doing all right, but it feels like we haven't quite got.
Well, if he's taken those 2 chances, he'd now have 6 goals, and that's good stats. 4 is okay. So that's the difference.
What have you made of him so far, Pete?
Yeah, as you say, I think last season when he got injured, we were all thinking, we could have still been in the title conversation for longer. Maybe rather than said we would win the league. When he got injured, it felt like a massive blow that we've lost our chance here. He gets compared to Fowler, whatever, as the most natural goal scorer we've got. As you say, he's the number 1 striker. Just got to score a few more goals. But the thing is, I don't think we're stressing that he's not going to. I think he will atone for those errors, whatever, he'll come back for them. But yeah, it maybe in a Darwin Núñez line, he must be sitting there on the bench thinking, if that's me, the criticism I get. Yeah. So it's that one Núñez when he does get the next chance to go and take those chances and then make himself the number 1, and that's the good thing about the competition we've got. But yeah, we all know how good Jota is. Hopefully that's just a blip.
Yeah, there's more to his game than scoring goals. But the fact is, he's now our main man, so he's got to take his chances.
And that's the thing, like I say, it was one of those people where I always think when you obviously you said you text your dad, I hope that doesn't bite us in the arse, that kind of stuff. I always feel like a real big miss not only hurt you, and it also gives them a little boost, like, we got away with that one. Yeah. And actually, they kind of didn't learn the lesson because he had another one, and he didn't learn from, and then they kind of got to grips with it. But that's another thing. If you're Glasner or you're a Crystal Palace player, and it's like the 80th minute, and you think, we're still in this game, we can really go for it now. Like, Liverpool's away record's been fantastic, it's unblemished, so they're obviously getting something right, but it's just something to note. Like, I always wonder sometimes, like, did he think another one's going to come too easily? Like, I'd never accuse Jota of not being ruthless, because I think he is, but also he's clearly shown a couple of games now where, like, it hasn't quite gone for him right in front of goal. I don't know. I don't know whether to be worried or I should be fine and this will just sort itself out. Where are you at with it?
Yeah, I say he's cashed his checks before. He's got the form behind him. He has scored 4 goals. It's not like he's not scored at all. But
some very good goals as well. Yeah,
and I think what he does in the box as well. He says it's all game. When he gets a ball tight in front of him, he still thinks something's got to happen. He can turn and move. He gets 2 assists. I'm nowhere near worried about him. I just think, obviously he'll know better than anyone else till he needs to pick himself up. And the good thing is he doesn't play too much with Portugal, so hopefully his fitness can stay in. The biggest thing about Jota is that he's been available all season, and touch wood that continues. And hopefully he has done a little break in international break, gets 10 minutes here and there, comes back and improves everyone.
And he was in the right place for those chances. I mean, normally you won't expect him to score because he makes the right move, he knows where to be, and it just didn't work for him. I mean, the header was the most annoying for me because it was a great free kick. I was expecting Trent to blast it over the bar, and then a lovely little cross across, and I thought, Jota of all people, and then he misses it.
Like I say, I always think with players, again, here's me, fat ball guy, criticising footballers, whatever. I always think, did he take the right option? He just got it wrong. Like, for example, I was a bit critical of Nunes in Bologna. That one, he heads it to himself and then tries to volley with his left foot. I was thinking, that probably isn't the right choice to finish there. I think Jota tries the right thing on both of them. I think he's right to open his foot up and try and guide it into the corner. I think he's right to try and guide the header into the right place. It's just fine margins, Pete. That's why I think, I'm not too worried about it yet. If he was making mad decisions, trying to overhead that one or trying to take a touch or whatever, I'd be like, maybe his decision making isn't right, but actually he's trying the right things. It just isn't quite working for him yet.
Yeah, I think when a striker lacks in confidence, they maybe do what Nunes did and try the stupid things, but I don't feel like Jota will be lacking in confidence. And the biggest thing about strikers, they all say, the good ones, not us sat here, but like proper players will be going. It's when you're not getting the chances anymore, that's when you start worrying, and he's certainly not in that place.
Excuse me, I'm more worried about the fact that we're dominating a game for an hour and we're not having other players than Jota, having chances. And because if you think about it, the number of saves their goalie had to make, almost nil.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yet we've got the ball all the time. So where are the shots? Where's the decision making that gets their defence tangled up?
Yeah. So we're okay with it. We're all right with Jota. We're good. We're good with Diogo Jota. That's great to know.